Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to study a very interesting topic, that is the rules of silent letter. I hope you will enjoy it a lot. So what is a silent letter? A silent letter is the letter in words that are not pronounced but make a huge difference to the meaning and pronunciation of the whole word. There are some rules that explain which letters are supposed to be silent before and after certain letters. The only issue about this is that, like all English rules, there are usually some exceptions. So let's study these rules one by one. First of all, we will see in which words the B letter is silent. The letter B is usually not pronounced after M at the end of a word. For example, comb, bomb, thumb, climb, tom, crumb, lamb. Rule 2. B is usually not pronounced before the letter T. For example, doubt, doubtful, subtle, debt. Let's know about the silent C. The letter C is usually not pronounced in the combination of SC. For example, scissors, ascent, fascinate, muscle. Rule 2. C is usually mute before the letters K and Q. For example, lock, block, puck, acknowledge, acquit, acquiesce. Silent D. Rule 1. The letter D is silent when it appears before the letters N and G. For example, Wednesday, catch, pledge, grudge. Rule 2. D is not pronounced in the following common words: Wednesday, handsome, handkerchief, sandwich. Let's see the silent E rules. If the letter E comes at the end of words, it is generally not pronounced. For example, for, table, before, right, give, hide. This is a very common rule which we follow in most of the words. Rule 2 is, if E occurs before the letter D in the second and third form of the verbs, E may sometimes not be pronounced. For example, bored, fixed, smuggled, bagged. This rule is also very commonly known to us. Let's know about silent G. The G letter is not pronounced when it comes before N in a word. For example, design, foreign, sign, Nash, align. There are some exceptions like magnet, igneous, cognitive, and signature. Let's also know about the silent GH. Rule 1. GH is not pronounced when it comes after a vowel in a word. For example, high, light, thought, through, alight. The exception is GH is pronounced separately in compound words. As you can see in the following words that exceptions are generally compound words: doghouse, big head, foghorn. Rule 2. Accept examples from Rule 1. GH is sometimes pronounced like F. Consider the words below: draft, cough, laugh, tough. Silent H rule. Rule 1. The letter H is usually silent when it appears after W. For example, why, what, when, whether, where. Rule 2. Sometimes the letter H is not silent after W. Consider the words below: whose, whosever, who, whoever, whole. If you have noticed, here in all the words, H is written before O. Rule 3. H is mute at the beginning of many words. Remember to use the article N with unvoiced H. For example, are, honest, honor, air. You can notice that after the H in all the words given here, a vowel is given. But there are exceptions. Most of the words beginning with H are not silent. So remember to use the article A with voiced H. For example, history, historical, hair, happy. Let's see the silent K. The letter K is always silent when it precedes the letter N in a word. For example, no, knock, knife, night, knowledge. Silent L rule. The letter L is usually not pronounced after the vowels A, O and U. For example, calf, half, palm, would, should, could, fork, york. The letter N is not pronounced when it comes after M at the end of a word. For example, column, dam, solemn, autumn. Silent P rule. The letter P is not pronounced at the beginning of many words using the combinations PS, PT and PN. For example, psalm, psephology, pterodactyl, pneumonia, pneumatic. Now, silent PH rule. PH is sometimes pronounced like F. For example, Sophia, paragraph, elephant, telephone. Silent S rule. The letter S is not pronounced before L in the following words: Isle, island, isle, islet. Now let's see the most confusing and interesting silent letter T. The letter T is not pronounced in the following common English words: castle, Christmas, fasten, listen, often, barre, Chevrolet, whistle, thistle, bustle, hasten, soften, rapport, gourmet, ballet. Now the silent U rule. The letter U is not pronounced when it comes after G and before a vowel in a word. For example, guide, guest, guard, guess, guano. Silent W rule. The letter W is not pronounced at the beginning of a word when it is before the letter R. For example, right, rest, wrong, rack, rap. Rule 2. W is silent in the following words: who, whose, whole, whom, whoever, answer, sought, to. I hope this video was helpful for you and now there would be less mistakes in your pronunciation. Thank you.